The Pfaff Ambition Essential sewing machine is really easy to thread. We've actually just done a video on how to wind a bobbin, which, by the way, we will link throughout some of these videos to other videos. So if you click on this little white eye in the top corner here, this will link you over to how to wind a bobbin. When I went ahead and plugged this machine in on the side and then turned it on, one thing to note, I always plug my machine into a surge protector, or better yet, a battery backup. Just avoid plugging it into the wall. This is a computer. This is a circuit board in here, and the more protection you can give it, the more hassles you'll have if anything was to not go as smooth. Trust me on that. It's not worth having that frustration if anything happens to your machine just because you weren't plugged into a surge protector. All right, when you turn the machine on, it's going to come up to a basic stitch, but what we want to do is talk about how to thread your machine correctly, and then I already have my bobbin in, so it's ready to go, which is one thing nice about the bobbins. When you put them in, you don't even have to bring your thread up. I love it. So it's actually just sitting down here waiting for me to thread the machine. So first off, a little note on spools that have what are called cross wound threads. See the little X's on them? These spools, you actually want to have them be on the horizontal spool pin, meaning they lay down and the thread comes off the end of the spool, just like this. See how I'm pulling on it? Now, if you have thread that is stacked thread, meaning the thread just lays right next to each other, that spool is going to actually go vertical. And you can put one of these spool caps kind of underneath it with the little felt pad, and then it will spin. One thing that you don't have to do is actually put a spool cap on top. That would defeat the purpose, right? It would make it so it wouldn't spin. So it's not going to go flying off, but on those stacked threads, it is actually best that it comes off the back of the spool. So cross-wound thread though, we lay down, I match the spool cap to the spool, and I am ready to thread. Just make sure you don't leave any gaps. So if you leave a little gap there, the thread is going to get caught in there eventually. So just make sure you push it all the way nice and snug. So first time for threading, what you want to do is what I call threading with purpose. That means that every time I click around here or pull it down a groove, I'm holding on just a little bit at the top. I actually thread with my left hand, which is sounds funny, but I think I just do it without even thinking now, because what it does is make sure that I thread every groove with purpose. It gets into all the grooves. If you gently thread the machine, it might not all the way get in there, and now you're going to have troubles down the road. Your first guide is right here. You use that for both threading the machine and also when you wind a bobbin, which we used the pre-tensioner and then over here to the bobbin winder. Push that over to wind the bobbin and back when I'm done. So with our first guide threaded, we're coming behind this next guide and towards us. Now right down through here, this is where the tension is. And not that it matters where the tension is, but you need to make sure your thread goes down through and into the tension disc. Make sure your presser foot is up. See how it is up? If it's down, those tension discs are closed, and then that doesn't work so well. But go ahead and give it you can even give it a little pull by holding up at the top, and then it will make sure to go all the way in there. Come underneath here. We're going to go in on the right, down on the left, and it will hook right into the take-up lever. And then there are two guides down here, one at the base of the housing, and then one at the top of your needle. So just make sure you slide by both of those. And there is a needle threader on this machine. Hallelujah. I will show you a close-up video of how the needle threader works and how simple it is. We're going to slide the thread down the middle of the foot and then use the little cutter over here on the side from back to front around the little round knob. And now I'm going to test the machine. The machine is, let's see, what I am going to do is put two pieces of fabric together. I always get a better stitch if I test with two layers, and then just go ahead and sew. If I have everything working correctly, oh, it sounds good. That way I can see that my stitch looks on the same on the front as it does on the back. So now we're ready to go in and really understand how the machine works, how to pick all your stitches and how all the different buttons work, and to master your dual feed, which I noticed was not engaged, but I'm going to pull that down right now and help you realize how important this is to help keeping all your layers running smoothly through your new machine.